You're probably wondering where Casey White and Vicky White were staying for their 2 weeks on the run. Well, now we know, and it's going to blow your mind. There's a couple of things about this that will rock your world a little bit. But one thing is, they'd been staying in this place right here. It's not exactly the Ritz. This is not a five-star hotel. In fact, it used to be a Motel 6, and now they're saying it's a Motel 41 after a rebrand. And the most astonishing thing is, here is the Motel 41 where they were saying modern budget lodging with free Wi-Fi. Here is the Vandenberg County Sheriff's Office. They were literally right across the road from a sheriff's office staying at this hotel for a week or more. And this hotel really is not a great place. Here's somebody who videotaped the bed bugs in their hotel room there. You can see, I'll get out of the way. This person is filming the sheets in one of the rooms, one of the units in this Motel 6. And right there, you can see some bed bugs hanging out. This is the place that they were staying for over a week, and it wasn't as cheap as you might think. They found this cash left behind at the scene. And one thing that kind of blows my mind is how little of it there is. Now, if you start counting this, you're going to come under what they officially said they found in their hotel room, because they say that they found $29,000 in cash, which is crazy, since if they found $29,000 in cash in the hotel room, that means somehow they blew through like $65,000, because she had sold her house, you'll remember, for around 90 grand. And when Vicky White sold her house, well, all that money was taken out in cash. So where did all that cash go? That's a lot to burn through. They also found him with these weapons. These weapons were found in the vehicle and at the hotel room that they were staying at the time. That's a lot of guns. That's a big arsenal there. And they plan to go out in a firefight. And we're going to hear a press conference with the details of how all this went down in just a moment, so stick with me. But the cash is really interesting. They used the money to rent this hotel room and had a homeless man do it. And they were staying there for a while because, according to the Daily Beast, here's what went down. The cops lay in wait for the pair to leave the motel, and when they eventually did on Monday afternoon, a chase began. Vicky White fatally shot herself as cops closed in, but Casey White surrendered without incident when their Cadillac crashed. They said she had called 911 in the middle of the chase, saying what she was doing. They said were very surprised that they were still in town because it was 6 days since the car wash sighting. And they booked the hotel. Get this. Here's the interesting detail. Wedding said the pair had paid for a 14-day stay at the Motel 41, a $50 a night joint with unflattering online reviews about bed bugs and moldy walls. And we've seen that. He said they were trying to contemplate where they could go and be discreetly away from the public eye. A man who was 6'9" and a woman who had a distinct waddle, as the police and media said. Here is the Vandenberg County Sheriff Dave Wedding talking about how all of this went down. Some pretty incredible details here, so listen up.
Because of all the resources, we received a lot of tips. We got some good surveillance videos that showed a pickup truck that had been left at a car wash, and then a subsequent vehicle that they took and escaped in from the car wash, which was a Cadillac. We recently found out that they'd been staying at a hotel down the road here. It used to be a Motel 6, and now I think it's changed names, and they had a 14-day stay there. We were fortunate that during our investigation yesterday, an Evansville police officer who was just doing his due diligence of patrolling and being smart noticed the vehicle in the parking lot of the hotel and notified us immediately. So the task force members got together, they drove down there, set up surveillance on the hotel. Soon thereafter, the two suspects exited the hotel and fled out of the hotel parking lot northbound on US Highway 41, turned in at an industry known as Anchor here in Evansville. They went through the parking lot, went through a grass field. The members of the U.S. task force basically rammed the vehicle and pushed it into a ditch. And we later found out, had they not done that, the fugitive was going to engage in a shootout with law enforcement. So by our quick thinking, our actions, sometimes people may call that unnecessary action, but that action may have saved many of my deputies and fellow law enforcement officers' lives. And that's why I represent the sheriff's office. I want to bring my people home, and I don't care about the fugitives' lives.
All right. Well, plainly said there. So, some interesting things. I mean, pretty wild that this was the place that they were hanging out, and it was $50 a night, and right across the street from the sheriff's office. Why make that move? And I did the math here while I was listening to him. 14 days at $50 a night is, I believe, $700. That's what that would have cost them. If that's the case, where the hell did the rest of the money go? They must have blown through a lot of this. Maybe they bought that Cadillac with cash. That would be my guess, that they spent money buying that Cadillac with cash, and that's where a bunch of this money went. But one thing's really clear. They didn't have a good plan. They didn't really have a plan. They were absolutely winging it. And even though we were told this guy's a criminal mastermind and all this other stuff, it's quite clear to me now that they were just fumbling their way through this whole operation. Now she is dead, he is behind bars, and this time I think they're going to keep him here, or keep him there, behind the bars. Whatever, you get the point. I'm wrapping it up now. Thank you for watching, as always. Facebook.com/TheNewsJunkie if you want to hit follow. YouTube.com/TheNewsJunkie. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the comments, as always. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again real soon.